Well, you know what? All things considered, for how monstrous it is, it could have turned out a lot worse. Now, we'll see how much we actually use this thing. But, I mean, the face is plenty distorted. That was what I was worried about, that it would look really horrific. But, all in all, I mean, the things actually do line up relatively well with where these compartment lines would be. PEX being a good example of that. So, I mean, demonstrating how we would work in various positions related to the anatomy to a certain extent. Obviously, this bodysuit doesn't do the best job, but I mean, and the skeleton itself is just so rigid and hypomobile that we have some limited mobility here. However, I mean, there is a good sense of that. And part of this was related to we're doing a lot more virtual teaching these days, and that's really tough related to massage. So having something where I don't need a demo body, I mean, this may be pointless related to if the pandemic scenario goes away, but I mean, I think we're frankly trapped in it for at least another year. So having something where, as said, I don't need a demo body, and even if it's not perfect, I can, represent the angles by which I'm working and the structures in general that I'm focusing on. So related to, a lumbar dorsal fascia. And although some aspects may not line up perfectly, it is an interesting teaching tool to have something, anything, frankly, that has a series of layers, and asking our students to just palpate and see if they can pick up any specific differences. So even in certain areas, again, not perfect, but bony landmark placements in the calf, for example, I actually hid what I would call a knot, like a large, we call it a fibrotic bundle of tissue, so that in that specific area, it could be a case of like moving the layers back and forth and seeing if those that I'm trying to teach would be able to pick up on it. So the idea being that, something, and in lieu of not having cadaver bodies, which is, unrealistic in terms of cost and time in massage, something like this, maybe it's feasible. I will see, as I said, and keep you updated on exactly how much it actually gets used. If anything, it was one of the more odd arts and crafts projects I've certainly put myself through. So, voila to our muscle massage human demo thingy. I don't know I'll have to find a name. So, you guys will have to help me with that. But there you go. So, if anything, hopefully this abused you with some level of, but like anything, just being creative and trying stuff out. To be perfectly honest, as long as it doesn't scare somebody, if people can get a good laugh out of it, then I'll call that a victory. So, have a great one. Study your book.